Good morning, lovely people. It's James Morrison from James Social Cycling. Do you remember me? Probably not. Anyway, morning. Roads are looking rather rubbish this morning. The weather's looking even worse. Now look, Hartley Westball's own Portaloo. Looks like the door's up against the shed, so you won't be able to get in there. Anyway, welcome to a new video. Just a quick one. There will be a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. There'll be a couple of prizes. Keep an eye out for that over the weekend. I'm just gonna make sure the subscriber 1,000 stays there. All right, but welcome to my video today. And what are we talking about today? Well, autumn, winter. Autumn's here, winter's coming. You need to make some changes to your riding habits, especially in this weather. And I thought today I'd just go through a couple or three of those changes. All right, welcome to my video. So welcome to my video, things to know when riding in autumn and winter. Now this is my only experience, so if I've missed anything out, comment below. Let's help each other out here. This time of year is a dangerous time of year to be riding your bike for numerous reasons. One of them you can see is obviously the state of the roads. Wet, leafy and muddy due to the farmers. I think a couple of weeks ago, and still now, you're still finding that there's mud on the roads from the tractors. So they're still busy doing agricultural work. At the moment with the wet, you're finding that the roads are a bit sketchy, and when you've got leaves lying all over the roads, obviously makes it even sketchier. And then obviously the tractors leaving mud all over the road, so you're pretty much leaves and mud. It may as well be ice, to be fair. And you just need to make some adjustments in your riding style. How you doing? Just take things a little bit easier. If you're coming out this time of year to get your PBs, good luck to you. That's entirely up to you. But what we need to be doing is trying to be able to enjoy a ride next weekend and not worrying about today's ride. If you're out on your bike this time of year, you're doing something right. So braking early, coming up to a corner or a junction, slow down a little bit sooner than you normally would. If your back wheel locks up and kicks out to the left or the right, you're going to be in trouble. Leaves and mud, coming up to bends, again, try and hold your line. Take a wider line, slow down before the corner, and then take a wider line into the corner. Always keeping an eye on where you're riding and where your front wheel's going. That way you can make the corner and keep riding. Any sort of sudden movements, any fast cornering, any trying to get your knee on the ground, going around the corner, leave that to the pros. Always slow down and take it easy on the bends this time of year. You might be fine going around that bend, but if something's coming the other way, or walkers or another cyclist, you'll have to make a sudden reaction. And again, that'll be putting the brakes on. And if your brake locks up, you're going to come a cropper. Thank you. Descending. Again, the roads are not that wet down here, but still probably a bit greasy. So I would expect on that occasion, if you were going down there at 10 ton to the dozen, you would be making a braking action. But as you could see, I went down quite calmly, not trying to break any road speed records. And as you can see, the dogs were pretty much a liability in a sense, but I was in the right maneuvers to be able to deal with that. So just take it a little bit easy, people. A little bit easy. And another thing, riding in groups, it can be, again, just that close net cycling. You'll be going at speeds that you didn't realise because you're being dragged along. So braking sometimes is going to be a little bit slower, or if you've got disc brakes, you're going to be a little bit quicker on braking, but that doesn't mean you're going to stop. And one of the worst things is when riding in groups is when you're riding in the rain. If you've got sudden reactions, can cause for massive accidents. Thank you. So just be aware, people. Be aware and slow down. Give yourself time to react. That's all we're saying. And that way you'll be getting on the bike next weekend and doing the same again, because your concentration levels on the roads this time of year needs to be 100% on what you're actually doing on the road and not on something else. Easier said than done, I know. Easier said than done, I know. Clothing's another one. Coming out being too cold, and even in the winter coming out being too hot. I've done it. The sun surprised me. But the big one, I think, is being too cold. How many times have you been stuck in the kitchen getting ready to go out and you start sweating because you're too hot or even too hot. You see the roads, this is all mud, it's all bumpy. Anyway, what you've got here is the thing of getting out on the bike. You've been sweating in the kitchen when you're getting ready. And by the time you get outside, you're absolutely freezing and you're underdressed because you're sweating and being underdressed, sorry. But just a little tip, I don't know if anybody else does this, I do this. I'm usually in my shorts. So usually put my hoodie on, go out, set the bike up, get a feel of the temperature, and then I'll try and dress accordingly. Doesn't always work, but sometimes I'd rather be a little bit cold than too hot. Tyres. Now, I could be here all day talking about tyres, but I'm going to talk to you about tyre pressure. So, the harder you've inflated your tyre, the less road resistance you will have. Here's a little diagram that shows you. So if I pump my tyre up to 120, I'm going to have the tyre touching the floor this much, which isn't much on the left. But if I dropped the pressure from 120 to say 80, 85, then you're going to get this amount of tyre, a hell of a lot more tyre on the ground, which is going to create road resistance. But at the same time, it's going to mean more of your tyre is on the ground, is touching the road. And it's a bit of a bone of contention because cycling tyres when it's wet are, and this is mind-blowing, are better if they're slicks, because it is widely known that any grooves in tyres as small as 23, 25, 28, 32, actually they're only there as a consumer confidence, as a marketing ploy, so you sleep better at night, all of those things. Because what you're doing is when you've got more tyre on the road, the water's going to disperse from that area like it does with your car tyre anyway. But your car tyres are a lot wider, so the grooves in them obviously work a lot better than they would on a tyre 23, 25, 28, 32 and even wider. So I'm not going to get all scientific on this. Google it. I could do a whole video on tyres on its own, but what you're going to see here is basically the more tyre you've got on the road in the winter, the more grip you will have. So in the winter, I will drop my tyre pressure, depending on the state of the day, anything from 5 to 10 psi. So if I run the rear at 95 in the summer, I will run it 90 to 85 in the winter. The 32s that I've got on the top stone at the moment, these are running at 80. Again, more tyre on the road, water disperse, more grip. You're doing all right. This time of year is also good for one of the main safety features of any bike, and that is a helmet. Doesn't matter how small or how easy the fall is, having a helmet could and will save your life. It's your choice, but again, I just think respect for your family, responsibility that you have to take to wear a helmet. It's common sense, people. It's not rocket science. Anyway, coming up to a bit of a bend here, and I actually turn right on the bend, as you can see, but I always take the second right because you can see more. So taking it a bit easy, slowing down a little bit earlier, and then seeing it's all clear and job done. I'm not going to win any Strava segments today right there, but I'll be able to ride again when I feel like it. Look at the colours. There you go, lovely people. My outro disappeared, so I do apologise, but I thought I'd just let you know. Don't forget, 1,000 subscriber giveaway. There's going to be a couple of prizes, a couple of giveaways. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for all your support. Apologies, there's been no videos for a while. Obviously, I've got other things going on. And yeah, hopefully I can bring some more content. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're not. You've got to be a subscriber if you want to win one of the giveaways. All right, lots of love, people. Don't forget, hit the bell, like, any questions or any feedback, anything that I've missed, let me know down below. All right, lots of love, take care, and I'll see you on the road hopefully very soon.